Simon Larkin, Rhone buyer at Lane Wheeler, just introducing a short film that we made to cover the southern Rhone section of our trip to the Rhone Valley in February 2009. Basically, this was an opportunity to reassess the 2007 vintage and also gain a sneak preview of the 2008s, not just in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, but further afield in Gigondas, Cairan and Vacaras, as well as Rasteau. 2007 is surely a great vintage for the southern Rhone, and certainly the climatic conditions favoured Grenache, the dominant grape variety of most southern Rhone blends, and equally allowed fine conditions for Mourvèdre to ripen late in the season, a grape variety that is certainly heat-loving and achieves ripeness very late in the season. So the quality of 2007 Châteauneuf-du-Pape is really quite remarkable, certainly leading wine critics to comment that it is one of the most successful vintages of the last 30 years. And certainly many of the growers that we visited, who we know very well and visited for many, many years, have alluded to the quality of 1990, a fabled great vintage of the past, as a comparison for the 2007s. The Rhone has enjoyed a terrific run of vintages, there's no doubt about that, with the sole exception in the last decade of the 2002 vintage, where the heavens opened. But in 2007 we had a very dry year, but a year that didn't have the excesses of heat that can sometimes lose precision and purity in great Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And so therefore 2007 has a freshness about it, and it is that freshness offset to the rich fruit and fine tannins that will give the wines the ability to age over the long term. It is interesting to compare the nature of 2007 to 2006 and also 2005, and this trip gave us the opportunity to assess those three vintages side by side. Certainly, one can see that 2005 is a more tannic vintage, a very structural vintage with the fruit well locked in. 2006 certainly errs on the more accessible side, but that should not take away the wine's ability to age over the long term. 2007, well, certainly richer in terms of fruit as mentioned, a bit more backbone, a bit more power to them. And certainly, as far as the growers have commented on the quality of the fruit, far easier in terms of selection. The fruit was of very, very high quality. But I do believe that 2007 does not stand alone and will be compared in many years' time to the preceding two vintages. It's hugely important to head across to the Rhone each year. It gives us an opportunity to learn more about the manner of production, understand how the wines are made, how the vines are even cultivated, and that informs our decisions, our buying decisions. But also it gives us an opportunity to get to know our growers, and it's that rapport that is so important in the Rhone, perhaps more so than in many other regions in France. The Rhone clearly has so much to offer, diverse styles, blends from across the region, even single vineyard styles bottled separately. There is so much on offer and great value too, and in a vintage like 2007, where the overall quality is so high, I do believe it is showcased for all to see. Greatness is a word that is bandied around a lot, but I certainly believe 2007 in the Rhone to be a truly exceptional vintage. And I think it would be fascinating to compare 2007 to the great vintages of 2006 and 2005 in due course. I'm pleased to announce that for the first time ever we're holding a growers tasting, Southern Rhone growers tasting in London on the 11th of March. And I'd certainly hope to see you there if you wish to taste some of the 2007s from this offer. And equally, growers will be bringing along some 2006s and a more mature vintage from their cellars and to show the evolution of their wines. If you do have any questions or queries regarding the 2007 releases, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'd be happy to assist.